let's get their weight first.
We're rolling.
Shit, bro. You guys shit.
I gotta shit. I gotta shit.
Okay, fine. All right, go ahead. Go for
Seriously?
it. I'm gonna maybe I should shit too. Maybe I need to do it too.
Your intro.
Usually a few pounds.
What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna talk about diet. We're gonna talk about nutrition. We're gonna talk about what? Because at the end of the day, no matter what you do in the gym, you could out eat it. Like you could out.
If you ain't eating right, you're not getting right.
Yeah, if you ain't eating right, you're not getting right, and you could out eat a good anything. So if you're working hard, if you're like, I'm doing 100 hours of cardio, but if you're like, you're eating too many cheeseburgers, then it doesn't matter. So we're gonna talk about that today, what they're doing specifically. We'll get their weight, and yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom though too. I don't think I'm gonna poop too, because then I could.
But you're not weighing yourself, so it doesn't matter.
I'm lighter though, by the way. Someone's in there.
All right, how much you think you weigh?
I don't know. Holy crap.
229.
I gained.
What?
Hey, what? How much?
Like 2 pounds.
What you been eating, bro?
It's water weight.
It's all water. I had a big breakfast.
Big breakfast. That's actually something to talk about too. I think people, like, when they're losing weight, they get really afraid of water weight.
True.
You shouldn't be afraid of water weight. Like, especially if your weight is like, let's say you've been down 10 pounds for like 2-3 weeks, and next thing you know you gain some weight. Like, think about the things you ate prior to you weighing, like hours before, the day before. Like, did you eat like too much salt? Did you drink more water than you normally would? Like, so stuff like that happens, and I think people get like caught up and they're like, fuck. So
I think I had too much salt.
what'd you eat?
I think I had a lot of lemonade this weekend.
Yeah, too much sugar?
Too much sugar.
Yeah, got your ass.
No lie, no lie.
Stop drinking. What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Lemonade. Drink water.
It was right there. I was
It
like,
was right there?
Come on,
Yo,
bro.
fuck where it was at. What is this? Come on, bro.
Yeah, no, fuck that. But I was.
How much did you drink?
A lot.
Like how many cups?
Like 2 cups.
2, how big are the cups? Like big cups?
big.
Oh god.
50 grams.
50 grams is straight to it. Okay.
Fiber also. Fiber's huge, because if you're dieting and you're not having enough fiber, you know, that can make you irregular.
Yeah. You eat enough fiber? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I do.
You should probably add fiber to yours,
I need to
though.
add more though.
Yeah, because I saw your plan. So we got to talk about, basically, I just want to talk about your guys' diets. Your guys' is such a funny word. Your diets. What are you eating right now? So you can give them an idea, because you've lost how much weight total?
Want to turn it down a little bit?
Yeah, like 14 pounds.
14 pounds.
So normally I've been waking up like at 228, and I started at 242.
So when you wake, you're down like 14 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
This morning I was at 208, so that's, how much is that? 17 pounds?
Yo.
What's up, bro?
Yo.
Hey,
Yo, where you at?
Where you at?
That's a competition.
Say, where you at, bro?
But I mean,
This is what I eat.
Are you drinking
normally.
lemonade and sugar?
Nope.
Oh!
here,
One egg
day.
white.
Look at him. No lemonade, no sugar.
one a day,
Water,
baby,
one a
minimum.
day. Okay.
Ground bison, some quinoa,
Yeah, don't forget to add your lemonade in there.
my lemonade. Forgot that.
Yeah, your 800 grams of sugar lemonade.
Yeah, so it's typically the same meals. Next week would probably be like fish,
Change up the protein sources.
yeah, some chicken. I don't really do chicken too much, just 'cause I feel like, I don't know, I don't really like eating chicken.
Why not? You like it?
I don't know, yeah, I get bored of chicken real quick.
That's the thing too, like,
Okay, cook it different
you guys,
sauces.
you guys will like, also too, you'll feel like, after you try certain types of proteins, you'll notice that some just treat you better, like straight up. Like chicken treats me good, ground turkey treats me good, and if I eat like red meat, it's got to be like bison or something super lean. If it's fatty, like I don't feel good. Even if I'm eating like clean, and overall everything else is good. Vegetables, fiber, just like the type of protein just sometimes won't treat me good. So the type of protein that you eat, like, it's so weird, because like, how do you tell them what? It's hard to tell you guys what's gonna treat you good. You just have to try. You have to, like, okay, try eating chicken for a few weeks, see how you feel. Try eating ground turkey, try eating red meat, try eating like, you know, lean red meat, things like this. So, or fish, whatever. I should eat more fish.
Same here.
Personally. What about your diet?
See, with me is every day is the same thing. You know, I try to keep it so simple to where I'm not gonna mess up. You know, I pre-plan my days, I cook ahead of schedule. And when it comes to dieting, my thing is people usually fail because they get bored, you know what I mean? And they season their chicken the same way, bland, you know, they use, what is it? I can't say the name on here, right? But those seasonings that have no salt or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I know which ones.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm saying. Everybody out there knows what I'm talking about. They're so bland. And to be honest with you, like, I don't know why people are so afraid of salt. As long as you're drinking your water every day, like, you're not gonna gain water weight. Like, it's good for you. Have some sodium. You know, I use Lori's chicken seasoning. I use the seasonings from like, if you guys go to Buffalo Wild Wings, you can actually buy the seasonings. Those shits are amazing, bro. Put it on your chicken.
Yeah, so he's got a point. Like, a lot of people, I think, unless you have like some health concerns, you like need to be focused on not having salt. There's no reason to like not have it, because what you're gonna do is, like Steve or someone else, you might mess around one weekend and like just eat too much salt, and then you're gonna be like, I gained a ton of weight, because your body's not like, it's not balancing it because you're constantly trying to eat none, right? And also understand, when you're training, you lose a ton of sodium, you lose a ton of salt if you're training hard, right? In this routine, if you're doing it, you're super fast paced, low rest, so you're gonna be sweating, so you're losing salt. So don't be afraid to eat salt. I'm not saying go and just like dump salt all over everything you eat, but if it has salt, or like you're gonna add a little hot sauce here and there, like that's not a problem. Given if it's not a problem already beforehand, like with something with salt, right? So yeah, don't be afraid of salt. I think people, like he said, when they start to diet, they try and cut it completely out, and then they can't sustain the diet because they're like, this tastes bland as fuck.
It's so bland, yeah.
And that's like one of the worst things to do to yourself if you're trying to diet, especially if you have long-term goals. You're just gonna be like, frankly, you're just getting to the point where you're like, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore, because you're not enjoying food. Especially if you're not like a crazy expert chef, with most of us are not. Like, I know my ex-girlfriend is like one of the best chefs ever, can cook like crazy food with no salt, and I could be like, the only way I was doing it was like salt on it, it was good. So we're not all that crazy chef, right? So it's like, don't be afraid to have a little bit of salt or hot sauce or ketchup or something like that on your food. That's gonna add a little extra, but just don't like soak it, you know? If it's ketchup, don't like cover in ketchup and you got like extra 50 grams of sugar all over your chicken.
Don't do ranch.
Yeah, ranch, you know, an extra 300 grams.
It's like salsas, like the reds usually, you know, salsa, stuff like that.
I stick to the hot sauce.
Yeah, hot sauce.
So did Ronnie. So Ronnie was jacked in me. So he was always with the, what did he have?
I use Frank's.
I think he had
on everything.
I don't know what he used all the time.
barbecue sauce.
Yeah, the
Barbecue sauce.
Yeah, you're right.
Barbecue.
And he used there's two brands he used. One was Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet Baby Ray's.
And then his backup was Master P.
Master P.
Remember? Yeah. No, I don't know if you know.
I saw those videos, bro.
Remember you saw those videos?
On YouTube, bro.
So yeah, now what do you think you find the hardest with the diet? With just dieting in general?
Just not making it boring is the biggest thing. Yeah. So finding new ways to like actually enjoy what you cook. So I mean, for me, like I get like satisfaction of eating my own, like the food that I make. So I know, like, okay, I can add like peppers or like bell peppers
Chef
and stuff.
Steve, you feel hyped up?
Yeah, Chef
so
Warrior
like,
Steve.
alright, cool, I made this. Like, alright, this tastes good. So.
Yo, what's up, ladies?
You single?
Dude,
You single?
I'm single.
Oh, that's good.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
22.
Long walks on the beach.
I like long walks on the beach, you know.
See, son, what up?
He likes cooking. Look at that. He likes cooking.
He likes cooking. He's lifting. He's
No, but
healthy.
I get it. That makes sense. You have like, you're talking about, so it makes it easier because you're cooking it.
Yeah, I don't know, like.
It makes you kind of
That does
hyped.
not make it easier for me.
Yeah,
Really?
it'll make it easier for me either.
I mean, I'm weird, so I don't know.
No, you're just different, not weird. You're just different.
Yeah. So, but what's the hardest part of it?
Just being consistent. Like, you have, obviously in college, you have friends that want to go out to eat every night. So.
Bro, that's outside of college too, I'll tell you that.
Oh, that too.
That's
but-
Yeah, at college, like, let's go drink at college.
Yeah, that too.
It's everywhere.
That too.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere. But I'm saying primarily in college it's harder because obviously everyone's doing it.
You
every
mean like
day.
actually in college?
Yeah, bro.
Like when they're at college?
Yeah.
Like in class?
In class.
Like, yo,
bro.
shots?
In class, like who wants to go get a beer during class? Like,
Oh my God.
That type of stuff.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's
No,
real.
no, no,
I
no.
swear.
No.
People do that before class.
Oh my
They'll
God.
do beer, shotgun a beer. I swear to you, bro.
Wow. That's a anyways, so okay, so how do you give them? How you can give them some advice to like?
I mean, if you do go out, just watch what you eat. I know.
Drink lemonade.
Don't drink lemonade like I did. But just watch what you eat, because I mean, me, Junior and I are not perfect.
Junior's like, I'm perfect, bro. What you talking about?
We've had our cheat meals, but
He's like, what are you talking about? No, I haven't.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, no one's perfect. I think
No
one of the
one's
most
perfect.
important things to understand when you're dieting is like you're not gonna do this 100% right the whole time. There's no way. There's absolutely no way you're gonna just like, oh, my diet was perfect. You're gonna fuck up. You're gonna want to like eat some shit, and it's okay. I think that's one of the most important things is like being okay with it and knowing that you can just keep moving forward. Like the next meal, the next day. Like don't stress it, because people get so caught up in like fucking up that they can fuck the whole thing up because they're like, you know, I'm gonna do it next month. This, you know, because I gained 5 pounds, and like I said earlier, it's like your initial 5 pounds you're gonna get from eating like too much. It's called cheat food or cheat day. It's gonna be water weight. It's not like you're gonna eat one meal and in half an hour or in one day you're gonna be fat. Like you're not gonna gain 5 pounds from eating that one meal that you was like a pizza or your cheat day. So I think it's understanding that, and just like you gain some water weight the next day, keep going. Like it's a lot of times I think it's actually beneficial to the whole process. As long as it's not like a cheat day every day, then it's not cheat day. It's not cheat meal. And then you're not getting that, like, instead of getting like a boost, you're not dieting anymore. So a lot of times like having like a cheat day like that is actually like a boost of maybe you got extra calories that your body was really needed. That one day, that one time, it felt good, you feel better, and then you kind of reel it back in instead of like trying to eat crap every day, right? Which is why this is a diet. What about you?
Well, I mean, the same. Like, I just want to add on to what you were saying. Like, I personally know an Olympian, and I'm not going to say his name. He actually won first place for Olympia. And people were telling me stories that he was cheating maybe like 3-4 weeks out.
Oh, yeah, we got that. We have
You know what I mean?
podcast.
And it's true. Like, dude, you're talking about somebody at the highest caliber. Like, there's no...
I think it was
There's
a week
nothing.
out.
Yeah, like a week or two out.
He messed up. It was like
And,
low-key, it was the week of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. Like, he still won because it's just about consistency. You know what I mean? And
So
that's the
true.
thing. Like,
Sorry, he just
No,
came
no,
here
I
like,
know.
what's going on?
what's up, Roddy? Interrupting over here.
Come on, bro.
But no, I mean, I was going through the diet portion on the program, and there's 3 different ones, right? It's if it fits your macros.
Yeah.
There's keto,
Yeah.
and intermittent fasting. And I've done all 3.
Yeah.
I've done all 3, and each one of them was dope. I loved it. I lost weight. I got leaner. I was able to do it. Every single one. But at the end of the day, when you stop is when you start gaining weight again, or you start feeling sloppy. And that's the thing about any diet. It doesn't matter what diet you're doing. If you're not going to be consistent about it and keep going and going and going, it doesn't matter. You got to find something to where you're able to do it consistently, throughout the week, throughout the month, and keep going and not fall back. So, yeah, it's just about consistency.
That's honestly why I'm a big, like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of like not cutting out certain things, like
Right.
not trying to not cut out salt, because if you cut out salt, you're eventually gonna be like,
No, you go crazy. Yeah,
like
yeah.
again, if you have health concerns, you need to not have in your diet. That's a different story. But if you're a normal person, like it's not gonna ruin your diet.
Right.
You shouldn't be like no salt. That's such a common thing among like competitors, like no salt, no this, no that. Like
No, that's
anytime
horrible.
you say no to something like completely, I think it really like it sits on your brain. You're like. You're just waiting for that moment, and it almost like it can like break you sometimes. And especially like you said, if you gaining the weight, losing the weight is the goal, and it's long term. Then how do you keep it off long term? You can't restrict yourself from something completely, otherwise it's gonna make you snap. So no matter what diet you do, no matter which way you diet, you have to have those days where once, twice a week, depending on how far you are along your journey, that you eat whatever the fuck you want. Like you're still human. Like you want to live your life. Because you're going to be in so many situations over the next, let's say 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, whatever, however long you're maintaining like this active or fit lifestyle. And you're going to be in places where like they're eating cake, it's like someone's birthday, or they're
Right.
drinking it, someone's...
You don't want to be left out. Yeah,
No one does. So it's like you can't, don't ever be like, I'm never doing none of that ever. Because I remember when I first started, like that's who I was. I was like, oh, I'm not eating, for like years. And I was like, why? Because it doesn't, in some cases, it benefits you more than not. Like it's going to help you. Right, just mentally, but also like physically, eating like those bigger, those cheat meals, if you've been dieting properly, are gonna like propel you further towards your goal, and it's a good thing. So I think finding balance and understanding that like along the way, it's not you're not supposed to just eat healthy forever. This idea of healthy or clean or like rigid, you need to have like be able to be flexible and like eat crap, right? This is why they came with flexible dieting.
Yeah,
They're like,
no, exactly.
eat crap sometimes
And it's totally fine, but that's the thing, you got to be able to bounce back and get back to it. Like something I told my sister, and I hope she sees this because I'm always talking shit to her. She diets Monday through midday Friday, and then, you know, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. It's not about a cheat meal, it's about a cheat day or a cheat weekend.
a lot of people do that.
A lot of people do it, but I mean, I'm doing the math right now. If you're doing that, if you're only dieting 5 days out of 7, that means you're dieting 71% of the time. So you're gonna get a C, you know, when it comes to your fitness goals. Your average. You're not gonna see that much of a change if you're taking 2 full days off. You know, okay, yeah, go have a cheat meal, that's totally fine. But a cheat day or a cheat weekend, you're not gonna get anywhere. Yeah, you'll lose a pound here and there, but if you're really serious about hitting your goal, you know, have one cheat meal, you know, go enjoy yourself, get it out of your system, and then jump right back to it.
And I think it's important to understand that, like, in the beginning of a journey, it's so much more important to do like what he's saying, and then understand as you get further along, like you lose 20 pounds, you lose 30 pounds, you lose 40 pounds, like you get closer to where your goal is and where you want to be, how you want to look. Then it's like you can play with your diet more as long as you're able to get back on it, get back on something that's rigid. So, like, it doesn't always have to be like once a week. Like I said, it could be multiple times a week. Like, or it really just depends how far along you are and how like good you can bounce back and come back to what you're doing. So don't get caught up, like I said, and just like it's got to be one way. It doesn't have to be one way. I think that's the worst thing you could have, especially once you start something. Is think like, I got to stay like this forever. The thing is, like in the beginning of it, you might have to dedicate more time to be strict and less time to be not strict. But as you get along the way, like you get closer to your goal, you're down the weight, you can then like, you can play with it more. Like you could eat more crap, quote unquote, and still be where you want to be and even better. In the beginning, it's like you have to just take some time to be like, look, for the next 6 months, I'm just gonna go hard. Because the reality is, like, for most people prior to that like decision, the 6 months prior, the 2 years or the 3 years prior, like they were just doing whatever the fuck they wanted. So it's like, it's hard to go from like, don't go from whatever you want to like super strict. You can have a few meals, but as you go along the way, you can't be super strict forever. But you just got to keep it a little strict in the beginning, get to a point, get your body to start to be comfortable with like where you are. Then you'll have more ability to like have variance and like eat crap. So it's not like I'm trying to get you guys to realize like, yeah, I'm trying to get you guys to realize like down the line as you're close to your goal, you don't have to be as strict forever. But there's a certain time, like for your sister, where it's like, yo, you just do this for 6 months.
Exactly, that's all it takes.
And then after 6 months, like say you got there, you feel better, then maybe you want to have 2 days on the weekend or 1 day on the weekend, whatever. But as long as you got to get closer, you can't be like, I want to run up this hill, but like let me run back like a few steps every weekend.
Exactly.
And you're just like, you're going up and you're running back, going up.
Exactly. How you never get to the top? You know I mean, we want to get to the top. You know, let's get there. And then you could, take a step down, because you can get right back to the top again because you only took 1 step down.
Yeah, instead of every 5 days you take 5 steps back.
Exactly.
You're just going in circles. So it's like, understand that, like keep going forward, otherwise shit.
Yeah, you can see what one day did to me. Like I was 225 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Now I weighed in at 229. And that's just from like a day of like
and that's likely water and
all that
extra carbs your body's probably holding from the sugars and stuff. Store glycogen, shit like, so it's not a huge deal, but yeah, it's like if you have 3 days like that.
Imagine like 3 days like that, you'll go back to
it'll spill over.
It'll spill over.
You know, like it won't be as useful to the whole goal. So just so you guys know, like it's just, I don't know. I think the worst part about dieting, again, I'm gonna reiterate, is that people think that I gotta eat chicken and rice and bland shit my whole life. Nope. You don't. That's stupid.
Just make it fun. Make it yours. I'm having.
Be like Chef Steve.
Yeah, be like Chef Steve. I put onions in my chicken, my eggs. I'm still eating whole wheat tortillas. I'm eating steak for dinner every night. You know what I mean? Like
tortillas.
You just gotta make it fun. Make it something where you can actually enjoy it and not fall off. You know what I mean? That's what it's about.
Yeah. What else? Anything else you guys want to add? Because it's hard to tell them. I can't be guys, yo, this is exactly what you need to eat. Like,
Yeah, because everybody's different.
and the thing is, I feel like people know what they should eat. Like people have a pretty good idea. Like, yo,
what you always preach, just eat less.
Eat less, do more.
I mean, that's always the first step, especially if like you're just starting. It's like you, whatever you're doing, like you probably at first just need to start eating less and do more work. Like that's the base thing, right? And then, but as you go towards something like this, where you're like, you really want to like maintain muscle mass as you're going along the way. I think it's important to understand like just a few more principles, but yeah. Anything else you want to say?
That's it, and just, you know, keep it balanced. You know, I'm still eating a lot of carbs, a lot of fats, a lot of protein every day. I'm taking like the IF, or not the IF. What is this shit? Now I can't even think about it. Yeah, if it fits your macros concept, and you know, just using that to my advantage, because you know, you don't want to just like, unless you're doing keto, okay, I get it, but there's some people that completely cut carbs, period, and they don't, you know, have enough fats to be able to have the calories that they need on a daily basis. And I used to be one of those people. You know, I used to eat 1,200 calories a day.
Or where you cut the carbs, but you didn't add any fats.
Exactly. So now you're only having maybe 60 grams of fats, and then, you know, your protein, you're at 1,200 calories a day. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the thing, guys.
A lot of people do it.
You need something to like use energy off of. Like, granted, your body will, if it needs to, convert protein into sugars. It's like called gluconeogenesis. I'm a scientist. No, that's real. That's real. I swear to God.
Let me Google real quick.
It's not an efficient way.
No, it's not efficient though. So it's like an extra step, and a lot of times it makes people feel sluggish. They're like, they don't have that burst because you get it better from, some people perform better off of like fat. Some people perform better off of carbs for fuel. Those are better sources of fuel for people. And I think a lot of times people, they'll cut they'll like, they always tend to do, especially in the bodybuilding fitness community. Yeah. They're like, oh, protein.
Straight up.
I'm good, protein, and I'm good.
It's the old school mentality.
Protein.
Yeah, old school mentality.
But you need carbs, you need like vitamins, minerals, you need all these other things that are also gonna make your body more efficient at doing everything you're doing in the gym, but also like processing nutrients like in your body. And if it's just protein, I'm not saying that's like bad, but actually I am. I'm gonna say it. Like if all you're eating is protein, no fats, no carbs,
protein's overrated.
You're probably not. Yeah, it
definitely
is. And the amount too. I think people think they need way too much. Like, you don't need 500 grams of protein. Like because a lot of times, what like that started, like you said, it was old school because people cut carbs. And the things, carbs are protein sparring. Like carbs, if you eat carbs with protein, it's gonna make that protein more efficient. Like, cause it basically like, in a sense, protects the protein from being like broken down super quickly, because it's like, it's going in unison, and it makes this protein, if it's, instead of 50 grams, it's 10 grams, but it makes it 10 grams more efficient in the body. Right, so just understand that you don't need to like overload on protein, but I get it. You guys are gonna probably wanna keep protein as like the cornerstone, like the most that you have in your diet. But just don't be one of the people who goes like, oh, I'm just eating protein there and I'm doing low carb, so there's no fat as well. Like, you have to have a balance. So if you're doing low carb, you gotta have a higher fat. If you're doing low fat, you gotta have a higher carb, right? So don't just drop one of them completely out, because a lot of times you miss out on a ton of nutrients. And like I said, that's can be more important sometimes than just like less calories. Like having nutrients so your body does its functions better, like so you get better sleep. That's a huge one when people cut out carbs. I remember I cut out carbs, I'm like, man, I couldn't sleep for shit. I was just like, I lay in bed like, and I wake up and eat like a little bit of sugar, and I'd be like, so I was like, you need to, you don't cut things completely out. You need to have that balance. Figure out what works for you. Some people run better off of fat, some people run better off of carbs, but don't cut one completely out without adjusting the other. And that's super, I'm glad you brought that up.
That's what our boy Kevin does.
What does he do?
You have carbs to go to sleep.
That's Kev's,
right?
And
right,
Kev's
Kevin?
lean.
And Kev's lean.
Kev eats a lot of carbs.
Lots of carbs. Probably more carbs than fat.
Yeah, I do too.
I feel better off of that.
Yeah, me too.
I eat like medium fat, mostly carbs, and then like medium protein.
It's funny, I don't eat that much carbs during like when I wake up at all, really. Any starch carbs, and I eat a bunch at night.
Well, you eat sugars though in the morning.
Yeah, sugars in the morning.
The shake. Yeah, I do too. Damn, should we? I feel like I showed him the shake, but we might as well I'll show him the shake in one of these episodes, Magic Shake. And then one of the other episodes we're going to talk about supplements.
Vitamins.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah. Vitamins?
BCAAs?
It's like saying,
BCAAs. All day. BCAAs. Yeah. So anyways, I love you guys. If you guys want to say anything else, go ahead. Like, feel free. Just say anything,
Again,
bro.
shout out to everybody supporting us.
Yeah.
All positive stuff. So shout out to you guys.
let's get it.
Yeah, if you guys want the program, click below. If not, just keep watching the series. We're gonna do the best to explain everything.